Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Clatapult series on the CLAT exam. Today we'll discuss a strategy that can help you maximize your marks in not only mocks but also the CLAT exam in itself. So this is called the switching method, and today we'll understand how does the switching method work and how can it help you maximize your scores in your mocks and your CLAT attempt. Now, switching method, let's try and understand why this comes into place. The sole reason for this section is number one, to help you analyze and improve your performance in the mocks. But more importantly, on the D-Day, the CLAT exam day, it's there to help you prevent making mistakes in one section and carrying that on in the other sections as well. So just in case you have one bad section, one difficult section in the CLAT exam, which is not uncommon and it's not a very big cause for concern necessarily. If that happens, how do we minimize the rest of the CLAT paper, right? That is a very important question and a mindset you have to develop from now on. And that's where the switching method comes into place. This will also help you understand where your weaknesses lie in the different mocks. So let's try and understand what does the switching method mean. Very simply put, as the name suggests, I want you to keep on switching your sections while attempting the CLAT mock or the exam. So traditionally what students end up doing, especially when they start off, when they start a particular section, they wait to finish the same and only then move on to the next section. Now understand this could be potentially harmful for you, because just in case one section ends up becoming very difficult or the questions are not very typical, you will find difficulty in finishing that section quickly, and there's a risk of you losing out or missing out on the easier sections or sections that you're more familiar with. So I'm sure while all of you are attempting the mocks and will attempt the CLAT exam in the order you're comfortable with, that alone, in my opinion, is not good enough. You also have to keep on switching between the different sections. So what does this mean? Basically, you allocate time for each and every one of the 5 sections in the CLAT exam, depending on what you feel is a comfortable time limit to finish that section. Once that time limit is over, you have to stop attempting that section and move on. The idea being, any difficulty or issues in one section should not reverberate through the other sections as well. So let me share with you how I went about this in my CLAT prep and in the CLAT exam as well. So the way I used to attempt mocks and the CLAT exam was starting with English, then logic, then GK. This was cordoned off for the first hour, whereas the second hour I would work on legal and quantitative techniques or math. The reason for this was because I was more comfortable with English and logic as sections as well as quants. So I wanted to start and end very strongly. Legal methods, I used to get slightly confused and I don't think I had my concepts very clear. Similarly for GK as well, I had started my prep quite late. So I hadn't covered a lot of the GK syllabus or the events that were happening at that point of time. As such, I wanted to do them in the middle when I'm not very saturated, but also have already picked up some pace. So let me tell you when I used to do this switching method for myself. Starting with English, I used to allocate 25 minutes for the English section. So let's say the exam starts at 2 p.m. The moment the clock hits 2:25, I will move on from the English section. Even if I've only done 4 out of 5 passages, it does not matter. I have to move on. That was the goal. Then next I came to logic. I would spend 20 minutes in the logic section. Again, the moment the clock hits, say 2:45, I have to move on. Then I would spend 5 minutes on GK. So till 2:50, I should do GK. The moment 5 minutes are over, again, I have to move on. Then I used to do legal for 45 minutes, simply because I needed to think a lot about my GK options, weigh them properly and then choose. And finally, I used to keep 20 minutes for quantitative techniques. So if you'll add all of these up, you'll only get to 115 minutes out of the 120-minute exam. The extra 5 minutes was the buffer I used to keep that I would use in the middle of the section somewhere or the other. For example, if let's say I finished 4 passages in 23 out of the 25 minutes in English, And in those 2 minutes of my remaining English time, so to speak, I've read the passage and I've already attempted one question. And after making the effort of reading the entire passage, I only have a few questions remaining. I would take an extra 1 minute from that buffer time to finish the section. However, understand that you have to be strict with yourself and understand when to do this and when not to use this buffer time. For example, if out of the 5 passages, I was only done with 3 or even 4 in the 25 minutes, I would not use my buffer time here because I would end up using all of it and it would not stick to the switching parameters per se. So make this a very good habit of keep on switching because it helps not only to keep on pushing you forward, but also thinking of CLAT not as one exam of 120 minutes, because thinking that you have 120 minutes left or 100 minutes left or 90 minutes left, you end up slowing down. Think of it rather as 5 exams of particular time limits themselves. This will help you think of the exam more clearly and be conscious of your speed. I would suggest an average or a generic starting point. Now understand that my format and my time limit was based out of a model where I was comfortable in particular sections and others I won't. Similarly, take this model to start off and then calibrate it to see what would be a useful time for you. So an ideal starting point and a method of attempting, in my opinion, could be starting with English for 30 minutes, then quantitative techniques for 20 minutes, then legal for 30 minutes, GK after which for 10 minutes, and finally finishing it with logic for 30 minutes. Now, this is a standard time that you can start with. However, take your own call and see what would be a good fit for you. The idea being you want to make this switching method your own. So of course you might not need 30 minutes for English, or maybe you need even more and not need that much time in some other section. So accordingly vary your time. So when you start with the average or the generic method or the generic time limits for your first mock, you'll be able to identify in which section you need more time and less time. Then you can calibrate it accordingly in the future mocks and find a perfect setting for yourself or perfect tuning for your mock attempts. This will also give you a very important information. It will tell you which sections you need more time in, which sections you need less time in, which sections you're more comfortable with, which can also help you in your prep and seeing which sections to focus more on while attempting for the CLAT exam. Finally, be strict with yourself. When the clock hits 30 and you've decided 30 to be a time limit, make sure you switch. Don't tell yourself, oh, I'll just take 2 minutes, 3 minutes extra. I'll take it from English. I'll take it from some other section. Don't do that. If you have time remaining after you've done all of them, like I did with my buffer time, come back to it. That's completely okay. But be strict with yourself when you're switching to get the best results of this particular method. Finally, keep on adapting and making changes to your time division as and when you explore more with it with every single mock attempt. This will help you calibrate and find the perfect tuning for your mock attempting section and settings. So I hope this switching method helps you improve your performance in mocks and the CLAT exam. Feel free to drop in any questions that you might have with this in the comment section. I'll be happy to respond to them. I hope this was helpful. I'll see you next time. Thank you.